Hey, what's up guys? It's Cypher. In today's video, we got some more season 4 content to go over, and there is a huge potential theory where potentially season 4 of Fortnite is either the last or second to last season of chapter 2. Also, we got 2 new comic book pages with Thor and Galactus. It shows what happened after they went through that rift. It took them to the Fortnite universe, and Thor ran into a few Fortnite characters, and he was telling them that he was trying to help them out and warn them about Galactus, but they ended up attacking him. And then it seemed like in the last frame, Thor was going to fight back and kind of put them in their place. But hopefully, you know, resolve the little squabble he's having with the Fortnite characters, and then warn them about Galactus potentially destroying and consuming their planet. Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys did not know, we launched a new YouTube channel, Cypher Plays. We also dropped some new merch, and you can look below this video and you can purchase the merch directly off of YouTube. So check it out, show some support. All right, so let's continue this discussion about season 4, chapter 2. Here is a potential theory. There's a potential theory that I'm going to float out there that season 4 potentially could be the last or second last season of chapter 2. This sounds a little bit crazy, but let's talk about it real quick. Let me tell you why that theory might be a reality, and it's going to make more sense when I explain it. Before we jump into that theory, let's talk about teasers that they've been putting out real quickly, and then let's talk about Galactus and what he means for Fortnite, and as a villain, what does it mean exactly for us? So here's the deal. Fortnite has put 3 letters out so far. They've been releasing a letter per day. So far, they've put out N, E, and X. Seems like it's going to spell Nexus. And if you look up the definition of Nexus, it's a connection. It is a connection or series of connections linking 2 or more things. That makes perfect sense considering Fortnite is going heavy by connecting Marvel to the Fortnite universe. In my honest opinion, like, I don't think this is just a crossover or a little, you know, integration of Marvel into Fortnite. I do think that it's not just Marvel coming to Fortnite, it's Fortnite trying to enter the Marvel universe. Epic's always trying to do things big and great, and you know, they've obviously always pushed the limits when it comes to collaborations in the past. It wouldn't surprise me for them to try to integrate themselves into the Marvel universe. Now, you guys are probably wondering, like, what do you mean? Like, chapter 2, season 4, is this the last season of this chapter? Or is this like the second last season? The reason why I'm even suggesting that is because of Galactus and because of the timeline that these seasons have been coming out on as well. Let's talk about Galactus a little bit, right? He's the guy that we saw in the comics. He's coming to consume the universe of Fortnite or destroy the world of Fortnite. A little bit of a background about him, right? He used to be a guy called Galan, and he lived billions of years ago. And Galan's planet was taken over by this force called Black Winter, which is actually mentioned in the first comic book page that is in the comic book section of the Battle Pass. So it's already been mentioned. When the Black Winter came and destroyed his whole planet, for some reason it gave him godly powers. He's not necessarily a good guy or a bad guy, but he needs to consume planets to survive and feed, right? So that's just his thing. He consumes planets for survival, and he's coming to consume the world or planet that Fortnite resides on. I don't know about that one, Chief. So if he arrives at a planet and he wants to consume it, but there's people there, he'll appoint somebody from that planet to try to find him a better planet, or else he'll destroy theirs. From what I can tell, Thor was the one chosen from Asgard when he came to try to consume Asgard, and he powers them up, and they become a herald of Galactus, which is what Fortnite has referred to Thor in their Twitter posts. So the reason why we see Thor and Galactus together in those comic book pages is Thor's probably trying to find him a better planet to consume, but he doesn't want him to consume a planet that already has life on it. But Galactus finds the Fortnite rift, and he starts coming towards Fortnite. Thor then comes to try to warn us. So that's basically the backstory of it, right? And that's the story that we're going to be like following throughout season 4. He got attracted to the Fortnite universe because of the 0 point energy, which is what Fortnite, like that's the energy. The story has revolved around the 0 point in Fortnite, and that's what attracted him to the Fortnite universe, and why he's like not necessarily following Thor's suggestion of like trying to find a different planet, and he wants Fortnite in particular because of the 0 point energy. So let's talk about this theory about season 4 potentially being the last season or the second last season. Like basically we're near the end of this chapter. Thor's gonna try to protect the Fortnite universe from Galactus. He either succeeds or he doesn't succeed, right? Sure, it would make sense for Thor to stop Galactus and save the Fortnite universe or save this planet, but what if he doesn't? What if Thor fails and the storyline goes a different direction, and in reality Galactus does consume this version or this dimension or version of Fortnite, and then we have a new chapter, right? A new chapter of Fortnite. Maybe that's the second second part of this, you know, Fortnite story. You might say, okay, well, why would they do 10 seasons in chapter 1 and then do 4 or 5 seasons in chapter 2? Doesn't make sense. The reality is that chapter 2, if you look at how long chapter 2 has lasted, the first 2 seasons of chapter 2 lasted equivalent to 5 seasons in chapter 1. So we have a situation where in terms of time spent, chapter 1, this guy's coming up, the chapter 1 seasons were like 50 to 70 days each. Chapter 2 so far, the first 2 seasons alone were like 130 plus days. So in terms of time, you know, passed in this chapter, we're approaching the same amount of time almost. After the end of season 4 or 5, it will be around the same amount of time that we spent in chapter 1 of Fortnite. So from a just pure time spent in this chapter, if we were to go based off of that, there could be a chapter 3 of Fortnite coming shortly after either season 4 or season 5 would be the last one. And this storyline with Galactus can and could stretch beyond just season 4, right? I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I know it's a little bit of a stretch. The numbers in terms of days that we've spent in this chapter makes sense. And the storyline is ramping up so much with Galactus, this planet-eating huge like god who's coming to destroy Fortnite. This reality makes a little bit more sense that this could be the last season of the chapter, or the second last season of the chapter. This theory, like I said, it's a bit of a stretch. It could make sense. There is a chance that we're not going to have a full 10 seasons for this chapter, and we could go to chapter 3 without the full 10. Season 4 is rumored to end on October 12th, which is exactly a year. October 14th is actually exactly a year since chapter 2 came out. I feel like, you know, that could be a coincidence, but it also might be planned. Epic usually does like to plan things ahead of time like that. It could make sense. The Joker skin that we saw in the game files had like a release date in November, or no, in December. So this season could go until early November, or it could end on the 14th, which would make it exactly a year since chapter 2 came out. And the thing about Galactus is he's such a powerful like god in the Marvel universe. You know, anything is potentially possible. Like they could make anything make sense with the power that he wields. You know, whether he destroys this map, sends us to a different universe, brings us back to the old map somehow, maybe consumes this map and we all go back to the old one. You know, I don't know. Point is, with his capabilities and his strength, anything could potentially go down. Outside of all this Marvel stuff, if we're talking purely like mechanics of season 4, it definitely looks like we're getting a huge fishing overhaul, a completely, you know, either a lot of new fish or a different way that to fish. We did see the new, you know, pro fishing rod and whatnot, and we are going to get some sort of Avengers POI on the map, and that all seems pretty good in terms of content that's going to change things up. I'm sure there's a lot of things that we don't know yet and that we'll find out like a couple days before the season comes out from leaks and whatnot. I think this is going to be a really good season. I really do think season 4 has a lot going for it. It has a lot going for it story wise, and it also, like I said earlier, the fact that it hasn't been delayed means like it's complete. They're ready, they're comfortable with what they've got put together, and they're ready to show us what they've been working on. No delays is always a good sign to the quality of a season. Every time we've had a delay, people are like, well, they're delaying it so they can do a really good season, blah, 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 blah. A lot of times they delay it because there's a problem that they're trying to fix, and they can't fix that problem, and they have to delay to fix it. And like, finally, bro, it's literally been a year since we've had a season come out on time. Really happy about that. Shockwave towards me. So guys, what do you think about season 4? You got above me? How? GG. What do you guys think about the season 4 teasers? What do you guys think about the theory that we might be approaching the end of chapter 2? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to check out our merch that we dropped. Link will be in the description, and check out the new channel, SypherPlays. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.